Hello, you wonderful people. For today's video, I'm gonna talk about the sci-fi original series, Being Human. Like always, this isn't a review, it's just me talking about a series that I really like and I recommend you check out for yourself. Being Human is a supernatural horror drama about three roommates who are all supernatural creatures. Aidan, the vampire, Josh, the werewolf, and Sally, the ghost. All trying to come to terms with who/what they are, trying to hold on to any normalcy in their life, trying to hold on to any part of what makes a person human. That in itself is the main part of the show, just them living their daily lives, trying to, not even trying to find a balance per se with what they are. Like, they more often than not, they try to lock away like the quote-unquote monsters that they are, because they just want to be normal. They want to cast aside the monster aside and just be 100% normal, even though they know they can never be. I mean, it's very interesting when you see that these characters kind of struggle to keep their humanities in check, you know? In Aidan's case, he tries his best to distance himself from his maker, Bishop, as well as the other vampires in the local community, just because he feels like they'll drag him back into being who he was before. You know, he's afraid he might, you know, just kind of get sucked up into like feeding on people again, and he doesn't want to do that anymore. He doesn't want to hurt people. He just wants to kind of be left alone. And then you have Josh's case, where Josh turns into a monster every full moon. So that's once a month he turns into a giant monster, and because of that, he had to leave behind his family as well as his fiance. And you see him do a very interesting thing where he tries to actually scientifically understand the wolf, hoping that understanding it will help him find a cure. And then finally you have Sally, who's just stuck as she is, not being able to interact with anyone except for other supernaturals, other, you know, ghosts, as well as vampires and werewolves being the only other ones that can see her. But she's kind of all in her, like, to herself. She can't move on. She's stuck, and the world around her is moving on without her. Really, it's all just enough to drive a person insane. Being Human is an adaptation of what was originally a British series of the same name. Overall, the shows, particularly the first seasons, are pretty close to like similar. A little bit of their second seasons are somewhat similar, but overall they are very different series as well as stories. Being Human is complete. It ended like 2 years ago. It has a grand total of 52 episodes spanned across 4 seasons. And if you have not seen the original British series, I do highly recommend you check it out as well. It has a total of 37 episodes spanned across 5 seasons. Now, I chose to speak about the North American adaptation in this video simply because it's the one I saw first. Personally, I don't have a favorite between the two, because to me they're two very different series. They're similar, but they're very different series, so I have love for each one for being what they are. If you are curious about checking out one or maybe even both of these series, you can find both series in their entirety on Netflix. Rather than doing a nerd mode on a British series, which in my opinion would be pretty much the same thing, I do plan at some point in the future, or at least I'd like to, do kind of a compare and contrast video, like telling you some of the similarities as well as some of the differences between the two series. But that's about it for this video. Until the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.